Welcome back, everyone. Drake Hawkins with you again, and we're back in Ymir playing as the Grand Wallow of Clan Porkins in our Desert River campaign. If you remember this one, it's the one with the squiggly river figure 8 thing that's going on in the big main map. Before we get started, if you're enjoying the series, please hit that like button, it helps me out, and if you haven't already joined the clan, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more great content. So last episode we dealt with a lot of changes, including some, recently anyways, dealt with some improvements to our cattle production, or I should say our camel production, because our cattle farm is actually a camel farm. We have people hanging out in slums. We have 565 population, vital needs of 90. Our conflict is through the roof. Our loyalty is only increased and maintained by actually having military standing around, and it looks like we actually have too many people to even house. We have 160 sows right now, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 140 housing. We need to do something about this. We are not able to house enough people fast enough here. We need the tech that will allow us to get what's it called? We're gonna need the tech that allow us to get barter to really fix the conflict issue. So, but before that, we have a lot of things I want to do, because I've been learning a few things about how barter affects things and what we do with it. So all of the resources that we have, we should basically make them all state resources before, not here, but actually convert them to state resources, and I'll show you how we do that if we get to that beforehand, because everything that is a state resource when you turn barter costs you nothing to convert to a state resource, so that's good. This can hold 80, and we're allowing the chickpeas, the chickpea dates rather here, and we have 111 lettuce stored. Wow, that's impressive. We could use another granary for another level 2 granary. That is amazing. Meat-wise, how are we doing? Stockpile 32, and we're using up all 5.6, 63% supply on meat. That's fantastic. That really helps things out a lot. Camels and camels, they consume, let's see, usage 1. Okay, so these guys, these butchers are consuming 0.1 rather, each. It's 0.1. Why is that grayed out? Oh, because it's not automatic. I see. So those are both consuming, and we are actually gaining a stock of camels all the time. Good. Do we add another camel production? I think the answer is yes. I think we really need to put in more camels, and I'm wondering where. We should probably give them like a really good location again to make it house properly. Right now, how many are these guys doing? That is a woodcutter. I always do that. Okay, so these have 20 fields. Now, when we get barter, we're going to want to have 24 of each, so let's do that while we're here. Date palms, add in... you're a lumber farm that's going to go away. Unfortunately, we're going to consume all of this. So... dates, beautiful dates. More over here. Oh, we can fit quite a bit in here. I wonder if I should be doing it differently here. We can always shuffle them, that's fine, this will work. There. I don't think we can fit any more around the edges, except for like up here somewhere. And that's too wide. Okay, you can stick another one in here, right? Right there. Good. Alright, and you are also a woodcutter. You are set at 20 dates. Let's up that as well. 2, 3, and where? 4. Good. And over this way. We have lettuce farm here that has 20. I'm going to go ahead and give him some more. These are all natural source lettuce, but let's go 22, 23, 24. Great productivity on these guys. It's fantastic. These hunters are level 2, producing 1.6 meat and 0.5 leather. Excellent. Well done, sirs. Good woodcutter over there. Another woodcutter here. Here's our date farm. Another one. Is it a farm or is it an orchard? What would you say? Would date bombs be a farm? I think they would be like an orchard or a plantation. I'm not sure which term we'd use on that. I feel like the thing we need to do is remember that we are very short on lumber, and we don't even have... we need to get lumber. We don't have a wood supply anywhere. So I'm killing off our wood supply here, but this place needs to do its specialty. The speciality. You're a gatherer that produces 1.5 lettuce. Your gatherer that produces 3.3 lettuce and has 23 now 24 resources. Yes, I think you're going to disappear, buddy. I think you are. Go away. You're just too much use of manpower for not enough yield. Which, actually, might free up some space here. I wonder if that's a good place to put in the farm, or the cattle ranch. Let's do that. Let's make a cattle spot here, a camel spot here for him. Okay. You are going to be 9 minutes before you're done. Okay, so we won't hang around to do that. So when barter comes in, the issue is we're going to have to substantially increase... well, our food supply will substantially increase, but we're going to have to actually be able to pay for everything that's going on. So we're going to grab all the resources we can when we go into that stage. Hammers, and hoes. How's our population? We have a ton of inactives. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to produce, we have 0 flint, really? You take 2.3, you take 2.7, and you take 2.7. And you're actually balancing it evenly. Did we do that before? Oh, we did so. Okay, so we're going to bring these guys back online. That's 4 workers. Back into the pool. 4 of our 24. Jeepers. 24 guys is not even... yeah, that's a lot. Why are we at minus... wow. We're actually not producing enough lettuce for everybody. It took out that lettuce farm. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh, we didn't update this one. No, that's clay, that's clay, that's clay. That's the farm there. There he is, gathering, he's got 20. Let's go ahead with lettuce and expand him a little here. Without taking out this wood. Can we put him in there? Yeah, we can. 1, 2. Oh, not quite, eh? 3. Yep, there are 4. Good. That'll up that. Well, we'll definitely take care of that once we upgrade. You are a 20. You need to be a 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Everything else, are we all good? Look at this lettuce in the water. I love it. Okay, so that's good. Now the rancher up here. Let's give him something to do. He needs to be critical, for sure. And we're going to go with camels again, because they're awesome. Oh, that's an awkward situation. 1, there. 2, 3. Not great fertility. 4.5. 1 there. 2, 3. Not great. Where's the we get him over here? No, it's too sharp. It's too steep. We could get him there. It's actually... No, it's not terrible productivity. What's he at now? 0.2 camels. I need to give him enough to get one more point of camelage out of there. He's at 65% usage. We'll throw it there for now. I just want to see the usage percentage. He's at 83. So you do need 5 to really max him out. That's fine. You're not maxed out. Wait a second. Maybe it was that we didn't produce more by adding another one. I forget. That's 0.2. It's really terrible growth. Really terrible. We can stick him over here. Have some camels across the way. Now that's 100%. We're still at 0.3. Is he going to jump to 0.4? If not, well then we won't do it. This gets 0.2. Yeah, you're still not being useful, huh? We can stick you over here. That'd be great if we could. Without killing the productivity, I wouldn't go I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't imagine that that's actually true. We definitely are killing productivity there. No. Come on, fit somewhere. Fit somewhere. Oh, he's not going to fit anywhere. Alright. Fine, go down there. What is this? I think that'll help him. Still 0.2. This guy was 0.3. He is still 0.3. Okay, so delete that. And relocate him to there. No? To there. .3. You can do it. Yes. I think you'll still be 0.3. Good. So that's an interesting balance. You can't get you don't round up to the 0.4 at 100% usage. This place is expanded. There we go. He's still at 0.3 at 83% usage. Putting in the 5th pasture doesn't get him to 0.4. So I think that's the better way to go. We now have 0.4 camels as a surplus. We have 4 in stock. So the reality is we don't need all of them. No, I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to get rid of some of these facilities. What else do we need? Is there any other food, any other crop type that we could get from them? Wool. I don't think desert can actually grow anything that gives us lively, wonderful animals. You delete that. Put them over there. So there's those 3 gone, and these 3 are working. We're consuming 0.1 camels for each butcher shop. We have still lots of inactives. We have 21 of them. So I think we're going to go ahead. I like the fact that this city is very productive at this point, and I think we'll keep it that way. If I put in those 4, that's going to use up an equal stock of our camels, right? So let's maybe not 1. Maybe 1 more. 1 less than that. Okay. Recovered. Wood and half a leather. 2 wood and half a leather. That's not bad. Alright, now you guys are going to also be... there you go. You're going to start producing right away, I imagine. Excellent. 1.2 meat. 1.2 meat. 1.2 meat. Haha, that's wonderful. So we should be producing a full point of leather now. And 6.8. Come on, that's not all of you. I know it's not. That should be 6 entirely by itself. And we have a hunting facility up here. 7.6 and 5, or 1.6 and 5.5 leather. And this facility over here is 1.6 and 0.5 leather. Ostriches, oddly enough, are the same yield when wildly captured as the little paws camels. 80 barbarians on their way. Whoa. Whoa. Javelins. We need more of you. Hire me another 15 for the defenders. That's wild. Okay, we're gonna need, like, stronger defenses, I think. how am I for stock of this? Now, we don't have enough leather. We are producing nicely now, so we are now producing a surplus of 1 leather, in spite of the fact that we are using 0.5 to produce hide from this guy. Where is he? Somewhere around here. This guy over here, the leather works. We need more, we need to put in 2 more or 3 more of these. I just want to stockpile a ton of hose and a ton of hammers before we go, before we activate barter status. So let's pop out of here. I'm fine with letting them continue their little squabbly fight. They should take them all out at the doors. No problem there. So we have a bunch of dudes down here doing some searching for us. Now, the thing is we need copper and we need wood. So I need a location that provides both. There's a tiny speck of copper that we looked at, that we have up here, just as a recap. And we haven't found much else other than that. Like, there is nothing around. Oh, there's a medium copper actually here. That's interesting. And there was a medium copper up here. There's flax to be had there. We could do flax to get growing, and then bring the flax down. I think flax grows in the desert, right? Oh, idea. Salt. What a great idea. It allows nothing, so we'll do it. I don't know what salt leads to, so we'll find that out together. Alright, that's done, and the defense of Wallaceburg did not take long to mow through those guys. Wow, we just mowed through 85 of them, and gained 18 wood and 2 hammers, apparently. Alright, or they looted that somehow and then died with it. I don't know how that works. Did we gain hammers? I suppose? No? I don't know. Alright, now, so there's flax we can grab up here and maybe bring down to one of the river deltas. That might be a good idea. We could send out an expedition to set up a little village temporarily to gather supplies. We could even bring, like, food with us. We could bring lettuce with us and some meat. That might be a good idea. We grab the 32 meat, we grab the leather, or we grab the lettuce and some javelins to just park ourselves there. A few hammers, not even. We just need food, water, and harvest. That's all we need to do there. I guess we could put down like 1 farm. Maybe. Let's think about that. We could get flax gathering right away. All we need to do is gather enough hand flax to bring it home and get... Well, we don't even have any room. We need copper and we need wood. That's our real issues. Let's keep searching for those. But before we do any searching, actually, let's look here at our resources. We are making 4.3 surplus flint. So if this screen would load in, that would be lovely. And then we can put some tool makers to work here. I don't know what we need for level 2 tool makers. I forget. But we need to do it anyways. At some point. Well, probably 3 more of them will be fine. We have a surplus of what? 4.3. If we make another flint gatherer. Add him. Whoa! Did you guys seriously pillage my forum? What the heck? Oh, that's just rude. Well, okay, they pillaged our forum. That's very unfortunate. New idea. It is, I deserve retribution. This is privileges. Superior leader as well as privileges. So we get a little bit of bonus to our legitimacy from the superior leader. And privileges allows us to collect funds from the people. So let's go ahead and get that tech going. That's a pre-barter tech or a... Actually, I don't know if it's pre-barter. I don't know why we don't have barter yet. We'll see, though. Why don't we have barter? What am I missing in the formula here? I'm not certain. I'm really annoyed that this thing is destroyed. What's it gonna... Oh, I don't think it costs us anything to repair, but oh my goodness, 1 hour and 13 minutes to rebuild that thing? Whoa! Okay. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. We need to build another one too to boot. Build another form. Oh, I can't seem to fit it in there. Look at that. That's so silly. You can't actually squeeze into that location because it's not actually a location. You can't tuck things in behind a cliff since there's not actually a cliff there. We'll tuck it in there. That's fine. Storage, we got stuff starting to pile outside of our stockpiles, which is unfortunate. And you are going to be restricted, and you're going to allow lettuce. Get max. Get max. There we go. You are also going to. You're also restricted to just allow lettuce. You are restricted to just allow dates, and you are restricted to just allow meat. Now, all of those resources should be set to only go into restricted places. That way they don't end up randomly piling elsewhere. Don't care about the wheat because it's not a real thing for us here in this zone. There we go. Yay, I deserve retribution. So privileges is now a thing, which is lovely. We have, however, no economy. Or I should say, we have no other policy for the economy. Legitimacy, we could add in superior leader. How's that going to affect things? Well, it's going to give us importance of leader superiority. So let's do that. Leader superiority. One importance of leader. We don't have our leader. Right. So the leader is actually a character in your town, and his superiority actually affects... Oh, there it is. It is in there. Good. That gives us 5.5 in the legitimacy department. So legitimacy is how much the people recognize your right to the right of your state's claim to authority, which legitimacy is how much the people recognize the right of your state's claims to authority, which are defined by your active legitimacy policies. These affect the positive or negative influence of all the different legitimacy factors. Okay? That didn't tell me anything about what legitimacy does for me. Alright. Where's legitimacy? I bet you the people are going to tell us what legitimacy is for. Authority, state. State legitimacy, plus 18. Good. Adds to our loyalty by 18. Without that legitimacy, we would probably be into negative almost. Man, there's a lot of conflict going on here because people are still fighting over who gets what. A lot of that fighting over who gets what stuff. Let's turn you to homemaker. You to homemaker. Good. We now have, it should switch itself up soon. Should be about 3 apiece. Come on. Switchy, switchy. 3.3 and 3.9. I'm actually going to... I'm going to leave it at that. That's good. Okay, so we're still gaining dates, because we have a surplus of dates. Not making a lot of cloth because it's distributing. I want to state resource that. Is that going to actually stock more? No, eh? See, that's something I find weird. I can't force them to put all their production into the stockpile. See? They're not going to stockpile everything. I want them to stockpile everything. I want to say, don't let anything go to anywhere else. Just put it in my pocket. But they won't. Alright, doctors, how are we doing? We have 21% medical. Well, probably need to up that. In fact, we need to double that. 6 of them. That'll do for possibly getting us into the 45-50 range, percentage-wise. Our health is 34, intelligence of 25, and average life quality of 11. This place is bustling. Very happy bunch of peoples. What else could we do? Well, our people don't have anywhere to live. And that is very, very bad. Let's give them a little bit more housing. guess we could hunt some more leather. That would probably be useful for us, right? Alright, so we got the cheesemongers here. Let's actually go ahead and recruit. Oh, we don't have any leather for the recruitment. No more free meals? Well, there you go. Barter tech. Right there. We might even get it in this episode. I'm going to take my time getting it, though. Or using it, though, because I want to make sure we don't crash and burn like I did on the stream. Once we grab it. I need leather. Can we please have leather? Please to get me leather. Well, you're going to go get leather, but I don't want you to, like... how many are there? 14 there. There's a lot of leather to be had out here. We could hunt the 5. Let's hunt those 5. Go it that way. There is 4 batches of camels hanging out here. That's a lot of camels. And there's another 2 down. Jeepers, that's a lot of camels. Okay, so we had been scouting some stuff down here. I'm going to scout a bit more and see what we got down here, and then see what where we can take it. Alright, so this is the kind of tile that I might be looking for. This is southeast of us, quite a ways, down by where those hunters were, but so probably, let's see, counted 5 or 6 tiles away from the capital, which is quite far, unpleasantly far. But it's an arid zone with a river, so it's got this fantastic 6 fertility around here, and it's got quite a substantial... Oh, hello. Oh, barter. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. I don't need you to tell me about barter. I got it. Right, thanks, sir. What? Thank you. Okay. Good. You can finish. Yeah. Alright, thank you, Sagittarius. Whatever your name is. Sagittarius Pig. Alright, so no more free meals. That tech is finished. We also did finish the 5 hunt of those camels, so we haven't missed much at all, actually. But this tile is gravelly and wooded. The fertility is terrible outside the base central point, and it doesn't host any food crops. No food crops, no hunting spots, and no fish. It has clay, and it has a decent amount of wood. So, decent amount of wood, I mean like as much as 5 tiles that we have. So that's okay. Arid forest, pretty lame. We'll keep looking, though. Before we do, though, we probably have to go back over here and grab our hunters and get them to... Where are they at? Where you at, bro? Yeah, see, they didn't even finish... They didn't even kill all of the camels and that. They only got a little bit of leather. But go back this way, sir. And drop off the meat. It's good. We'll stockpile a decent chunk of meat here. I think, actually... Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. I want you guys to stock up to 80 meat, please. The reason is because that's the storage capacity of a full granary. We'll let these guys stock up to 80 as well. I want that stuff to be able to be mass supplied for when we when we go barter and we dump a new village down somewhere. So let's unload this leather and then actually go ahead and recruit. Let's say 5 carriers. That will give us a nice hefty... Yeah, it's a 120. That's not bad. Let's go over here and we'll just hunt these camels extinct in the area. There is also this forest down... This tile down here. And I think we looked at it and it wasn't particularly stellar. Let's keep going off this way, though. This guy keeps gathering some random loots as he's wandering around. Wow, this is... we're not kidding, like, desert and arid. Giant river that swirls all over the place, and it's nothing but arid. It's just crap everywhere. I mean, we really just need... If we're going out this far, we're going out for a thickly forested copper spot, you know? I think we'll sacrifice one of our ignorant idiot dudes. The warrior's just being dumb. 3 families joined us. Okay, that's really nice. Population isn't a desperate need for us right now. So we will not help those. We will go up here. Honestly, if we hit the thing where it says, you got attacked by 15 primitives, we could actually survive it. So, what else? What'd you pick up? Oh, some lettuce. Yeah, because we need more of that. That's a top priority for us now, isn't it? Goats. Hello, goats. Can we use goats? Just looked it up, and if we go for an arid spot, we could use goats. If we find an arid forest, or if we choose to use one of these arid forests, we could actually use goats. So 100% of the formation's food inventory. Okay, well, that was 15 lettuce. So it's really not that vital to me. Keep exploring, my friend, and you get to your hunt. You barely grabbed anything. You'll go drop off first, and then go to your hunt. Oh, actually, no. You guys have 7 herd up there? You can go up here. In fact, you go up here and start your hunt immediately when you get there. There's lots of goats up here, so if we did go with an arid location, we could use them. An ostrich. Oh, yay. Another desert spot. Just everywhere. Oh, some more camels. It's a fruitful and multiplying herd of camels everywhere. They're just breeding like porcos now. Hunted 1 camel. Yeah, thanks. Keep exploring because, well, we need to find something that's got a decent forest on it. Formation immediately attacked by 15 primitives. Well, unpleasant as that is, it's not the end of the world. The cheesemongers have the 15. So yeah, I think you guys... So we can hold off this. We don't have to let these guys go straight to a fight. And being attacked by the primitives is probably going to get them killed. Because... Oh, rebellion. Potential rebellion, huh? Yeah, you know what? We're going to let them do the fight, see what they come up with. Who are they fighting? Nobody? You're just going to pretend to fight? Oh, somebody's appearing there slowly. There we go. Yeah. Look at that. Why do you have... Why are these considered primitives? And they're just swarmed. They're so primitive I can't even see what they are. Yeah, they have 4 eagle warriors, 4 javelineers, and 8 warriors. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to take them out, so it's unlikely that we'll survive that attack. That's okay. They were scouting and they were surplus. Substantial surplus, unfortunately. The village, however, Wallsburg is having issues. We need to tend to these issues. Can you finish your hunt, please? Let's go into Wallsburg and make a new formation. And briefly, just give me a 20 warrior formation here, just to make sure nobody gets all strange. You can come back down here. Come on home. Now, I just pulled a bunch of population out of Wallsburg, and it's got 114 with 11 available jobs. It's got 114 active males. That's wild. Our conflict issues all over the place. We really have to go barter here. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll go ahead and get these guys, get barter set up here, and that'll take the rest of this episode, I'm sure. You guys can unload the camel, I suppose. Unload the meat. And unload the leather. Are you doing it? You gonna do those things for me? You can disband. Yes, indeed you may. I seem to be really moving slow here. Let's see what's going on. Did you guys unload? Sort of, mostly, kinda. Oh yes, you know what? They can't unload that, I bet, because it says only in restricted zones. And so we're gonna have to uncheck that all storage. That's the problem. They did unload, they only unloaded the amount... Boom, yeah, they only unloaded the amount I was allowed to, because we weren't allowed to unload the rest. We're going to disband the 15... not disband them. We're going to grab more of these guys right here. We're going to grab 25 of them. The reason is I'm going to grab all of our resources and take them out. And I'll show you what's going on here. 61 hammers. Well, actually, let's look at the hose. We have 25 hose, none of them listed as a state-owned product. If I then grab my inventory hauler guys, grab that, and grab the hose. 25 hose we had on, no state resource. Put them in there and unload them right back. And guess what? Bingity bango, all are state owned. Because when you drop off resources that you've gathered from out in the world, they are considered a state resource. In this case, it costs us nothing to buy them right now. If we waited, however, until we activated that lovely new reform of our economy, we would then have a catastrophic problem that all of those resources would be owned by their producers, and we would then have to buy them all in order to use them. Let's try to get as much of it as we can. Guess it's a little finicky adding just the one. That really doesn't matter now, does it, Drake? Alright, let's do that, and then we can unload those. So we got pottery, so let's unload it all. That's now all state-owned resource, which doesn't matter to the people right now because everything is state-owned. Everything is everybody's. But if I label these as state-owned before they get told about what my plans are for the rest of the game's technology or economy, they will not really care. They'll just go ahead and act as if all of this was delivered from outside the city. So I'm going to finish getting all this stuff switched over to state resources, and we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so everything should now be listed as a state resource. Right, now I'm going to actually click on the javelins and tell them every part of anything javelin that's produced is going to be a state resource. I'm going to also tell them to, if declared a state resource, the whole production of this resource will be automatically purchased by the state as they are produced. A useful option for strategic resources used exclusively by the state, such as weapons and tools, to ensure that the producer receives regular income for their work. Okay, state resource. Boom, leather cloth. I want to see if that actually converts to actually storing it all. I don't think it will. I think it still converts, it still sends it to the people. So we'll see. Alright, so for now I've got pottery, leather cloth, hose, and hammers, all as state resources, as well as javelins as state resources. The rest of everything can be whatever it is. Doesn't matter at this point. Apparently these guys survived the fight. That's kind of fantastic. So let's keep exploring. Managed to get us some more loot. A bunch more loot. Jeepers, they get way more loot than they can carry here. 13 wood, javelin, and meat. Keep exploring the map. There's another river tile. We get to see around the area. Okay, there's another. This is ridiculous. There is nothing but arid zone here. I'm really glad this map did not become our map that we were going to play for the stream, because I'm okay putting up with this because it is the theme of the Let's Play, but man, oh my goodness, these guys are carrying way too much resources. They're carrying an impossible amount of resources right now. But man, we definitely have and 15 more piglets, definitely have an issue with not enough of the basic bare necessities of life here. Alright, so the Cloud Punchers left last episode with 20 warriors. They have 12 warriors right now. They have 3 Porcos, 3 Sows, and 24 Piglets left, so they basically have 3 full families. They lost the old pigs, some of the original piglets, I think. We gained some more back. And they have a storage of 153 of 66. So they literally have more than they can store. I think we're just going to disband this whole unit right here into the city. Boom. Look at all that good resources. Num 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 num. So looking at Wallowsburg's stats, they're at 64 conflict. They're at 65 loyalty. Their growth is 5.4. We have 600 population now. That is absurd. And it's just the fact that we have an amazing supply of food for these people. That's the reality of it. They're sitting there with 169 sows who have 93 food access. 97% overall basic resource access. That is wild. But again, no trees and no copper. So we will have to keep scouting that. But before we do, I think we will go ahead and spend a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so off the clock, making sure we... off the screen, making sure we have everything ready for the barter. And then we can activate that. Alright, so we got a most pleasant city victory condition. I bet we do. This is the most pleasant city I've ever produced. It's got 5,600 culture. It's one city. 611 population. 159 culture per cycle. Or growth rate of our culture. That is through the roof in my books. We are short on the leather still, so we need to house some more people, but about that, you know, it's wild. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 170 houses. I don't know that we're going to go much bigger than that. Maybe we put in the other ones, but that's crazy amounts of houses. We have leather income of 1.2. Hoes and hammers both in around 3. 2.8 in wood. 1.6 stone. We're breaking even on the flint, which is great. We got a clay growth, which is our pottery is being used. In fact, that's okay. I'm okay with that. We could use another potter, because he's going to produce 1.3 pottery. He's got all the clay and all the water and all the... let's do this. Back to automatic. Why are you automaticing to still look that color? You're supposed to change. Okay, well that's fine. The option is clay or clay, so that's odd. Okay, so we could put in another potter. That would be a good start. What do we got? 9 inactives. And our clay growth is 2.6. So let's go ahead and put in another potter, because that'll provide us with the furnishing bonus. In fact, I think 2 of them would be fine. They don't produce so much, but they're going to consume pretty much all of our wood stocks with that. So let's see what we can do over here for bolstering our wood. Okay, well, we literally have nothing that can produce more than about a, I don't know, 0.2, 0.3 in the wood department, so not worth housing for, I would say. Yeah, 0.29 I think was the best I could find for wood that we don't have already. So that's probably going to be the max capacity of our facility. This is going to consume another 1.1. This will also consume 1.1. There we go. And this is consuming 1.1. So we have most of our wood being used up, I believe. Yeah, we're making a surplus of 0.6 in the wood department right now. So we couldn't smelt anything even if we had metal. So whatever we get for a location to get us metal, we're going to actually have to bring also a supply of wood with it. Doctors were at 39%, justice 13, communities at 100. We have stockpiled 51 javelins. We're actually gaining animals still, so that's good. We could have another... We definitely have another spot or two with some animals. I think any place that we plop down on an arid river needs to have maybe 2 of these to provide a solid meat supply. And if it has also a wild meat, that would be great. So anything else that we build, well, any other cities we build will have to take that into account. I'm going to go ahead and add in one more stone gatherer here, just to give us a supply, an extra supply there. Okay, there's something wrong with our leather production. We're getting 1.75 leather produced, and a surplus of 1.2, which matches because we're using 0.5 of it here. However, this is producing 0.2, so are all of these. There are 5 of them. Last I checked, 0.2 times 5 would be 1.0. Let me come up here. The hunter up here is making 0.5. And we have a hunter over here. We can get to him, and he is also producing 0.5, which, if I did my math right, that's 2.0. And yet our production is 1.7. A little confused there, guys. A little confused. All these guys are housed. Let's get over here to building and infrastructure. Where is it? Oh yes, right up here. Delete terrain, please. This tree is bugging me. Close that one. We don't actually use them. We're not harvesting from them anyways. So, yeah, let's shut that off again. Go back to what it was. Yeah, I a little bit at a loss here. Right, I'm at a loss as to why that's happening, but yeah, I'm not sure how that's working. They are producing 1.7 instead of producing 2. So I'm quite confused as to how that's happening, but they are indeed messing up the numbers. So if you recognize or notice what the issue is there, let me know. We are supplying slightly more than... We have 204 meat now, that's great. We're supplying an entire supply of meat, and we're making 9.2 of it right now. So that is fantastic. See if that number matches up. 1.2 times 5 is 6. 7.6. 7.6 plus 1.6 is 9.2. Yep, indeed. So the meat is counting right. The leather just is not. No idea why. This is wrong. Oh well. But aside from all that, I think we're probably going to go barter at the beginning of next episode. It'll be a fun episode where we activate barter. I don't want to do it right now and then not have time to really give it its proper due. We're at 627 people. We are gaining 5.4 and an active gain of 2.2. And that is before barter. That is with conflict of 67 and a death rate of through the roof. We have 31 porcos murdered every 3 minutes. We have 21 sows murdered every 3 minutes. We have 45 piglets murdered every 3 minutes. And we have 21 old pigs murdered. I think one of these pigs is named Voldemort. Or He Who Shall Not Be Named. Because that's a ridiculous number of pigs dying. So we will have to tend to that. And doing so... Oh, we should activate our mud farm. Great. Put our mud on... No, let's not leave our mud on state resource. It's fine. Yeah, for now we better. No, not sleep it. Put its resource on to state. Good. All that'll store as state resource. So that's a good place to put in a cut. We have two very big things we have to do next time. One, we have to find a source of copper before we can technologically advance. Right now we're very fruitful and multiplying people that have very poor technology. We have a bit of tiny spot of copper up here. We got a medium spot down there. We got a medium spot down there. Those two are like in the middle of the desert. That tiny thing is worse in the middle of the desert. So not sure that we're going to have much other than a tiny farm. We could do that though. I mean, with the food production we'd be producing if we had all 4 towns in here, we could easily pop off another farm out there, or another place out there to harvest our copper. So that might be what we have to do. We will look into that next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I've been having some great feedback and lots of response to it, so I really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you don't mind. I really appreciate it. As well as, I said that already, we do have our streams running. Tuesdays and Saturdays, generally speaking, is when I do the streaming. So I'll be streaming this even if that series goes down at some point or ends at some point. I will definitely be wanting to keep up the Tuesday 6 p.m. and the Saturday at noon stream plan. So thank you all for joining me. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you want to support the channel, you can go over to Twitch and support it there, or on my Patreon in the link below. Thank you so much for joining me, and as always, I will see you in game.